In this video, we're going to talk about what is buy the rumor, sell the fact. Stay tuned. Hey traders, a very warm welcome to you. Okay, so have you heard this before? Buy the rumor, sell the fact, or something that says buy the rumor, sell the news. What does it mean and how can we benefit from it as traders? Okay, green pen, let's go. So generally this means when people are buying into, it could be the other way around, could be short, but generally it's long. People are buying into a stock or they're buying into a currency pair, not so much currency pairs and stuff, but basically they're buying something on anticipation of news further down the line. So I'm going to give you a real world example here, and you can kind of extrapolate that into different examples of different currency pairs or different markets. So there was an oil company that I was trading many years ago, and everyone was buying this oil company based on the fact that they were expecting their drilling report to be very good. I think they were drilling a well, and they were doing a lot of exploratory drilling to kind of see how much oil they would get out of the ground. Not obviously, I'm not a technical person in terms of oil drilling, but that was kind of the thing. And the point was that if it was going to flow a decent amount of oil, this company was going to be valued quite highly because it was going to solve their cash flow issues. They're quite a small company, so it would have been quite good for the company, obviously. So the rumor was that they were going to, this well was going to come out quite good. There's going to be a lot of oil in it. It's going to flow a lot of oil, and it was going to be the best thing since sliced bread for the company. So of course the price started to push up and up and up. And this is an interesting example. Obviously, this is not something that perhaps most of us will be trading. Most will be trading bigger stuff. But bear with me as I show you. Get a better color pen so you can see it. The blue's a little bit better. So this price was kind of pushing up and up and up, and everyone was buying it, and people were getting involved in it, and it was making the price go higher and higher and higher. And then of course the news came out on this day, and we had like an RNS release, which is the news release of the UK stocks. It came out and it was great. It was better than they expected, better than anyone expected. Massive amount of potential oil there. Then all the, analysis or whatever stuff they do, the surveys, and they got all the information needed and presented it out. And it was really good news for the company. The company was basically going to make a lot of money from that. It was going to be good cash flow for them. Fantastic news. Price went down, actually ended up the day down something like 5, 6, 7%. And of course, that confuses a lot of people because this thing's been going up. Everyone was saying we're buying this because we believe that this news item here, or this fact item here is going to be so good, it's going to blast the thing into the stratosphere. But if you think of it in terms of supply-demand balance, right? You've got literally your seesaw here, your pivot, you've got buyers and sellers. At this point, everybody's buying this stock because also don't forget this is a bit of a smaller stock, so perhaps less people involved in the short size. Why it's a little bit different for the bigger stuff. But they're buying this stock in anticipation that this news is going to come out and they're going to make a lot of money out of it. So a lot of people were involved in it. Everyone who was kind of watching this stock would be involved in it. Then the news came out. We had a bit of a flurry in the morning, as I guess a lot of people scanning the news saw this news and bought into the stock, and then it sold off. And it started to sell off, and then when it went negative, it just kind of really accelerated. And that was because we had no more buyers. People had bought all the way before the news. They were ready for the news. It had been, everyone was alerted to it. A few people bought on the news in the morning, and then that was it. Once those buyers had run out, there was no more buyers there. All there were sellers. And some people were taking profits, thinking, I'll just take some profits there. But of course, that then accelerated to the downside because everyone in it started seeing their gains disappear and were confused because this was supposed to be positive and we're supposed to be gapping up like 20-30% on this, going down and down and down. And they were running for the door. And of course, there were no buyers there as well because everyone's just seeing this, and it creates that massive supply-demand imbalance. So that was interesting because that was a real life example. Let me get my cloth out here. And that was a smaller stock, so it's a little bit extreme. But it does happen quite a lot with bigger stocks. It happens quite a lot with kind of global macro events as well. A lot of people are positioned in anticipation of something happening. And then when something happens, the whole point of this buy the rumor, sell the fact is you buy it, you get the lift from the rumor position here or the thought that something might be good happening or the potential of something happening, and then as soon as it becomes fact or it becomes true, that's where you sell out of your position because that's where you get the biggest bang for your buck, you get the biggest move in it. That's really where this phrase is coming from. Is it always right? No, it's not always right. Often the news comes out and it gets another wind and it goes and carries on and really pushes. But that's really where that saying comes from, is that you've got a lot of supply demand, got a lot of kind of demand, should I say, coming in. And then of course when the news comes out, you get a little bit more of a spike of demand, but then that's it, because everybody's in, everyone who wants to be in is in. There's no more buyers, and it's literally, that's what's causing price to move, isn't it? Supply, demand moving. All you get then is supply coming in as people want to sell it, and you get cascades to the downside. We get this quite a lot with bigger stocks as well. You know, they're going to be reporting out good earnings, and the earnings come out, you get a bit of a spike, then you get reversal intraday, because it's like, well, we expected good earnings, we've got good earnings, now what? No one else is involved in it. That's why often, just very quickly digressing, some of the opportunity comes from intraday trading based on stuff that's doing things that people aren't expecting. So if it's good news and the price is pushing down from the open or pushing down aggressively from the high, from an intraday trading perspective, it's often quite a good opportunity to short that, because you're doing, instead of getting involved in the buy the rumors part of it, you're actually getting involved in sell the fact thing. So you've got all the buyers in there. You know that all the people who bought for this rumor of great news coming out are looking to exit, and so your short entry, your short position, should I say, is capitalizing on them coming out of that door when there's not much demand there. So it's pure one-way street. So that's buy the rumor, sell the fact, guys. It's a pretty good thing to think about. It's pretty good and to be mindful of it. So if you are in something, a stock or a currency or whatever, and you're expecting some news and it is good news, don't kind of think, oh great, it's good news, now I've got my next leg. Be cautious and be ready to kind of come out, you know, if that starts to go against you, or even consider scaling when the news comes out. Just being aware that this kind of thing is a time-tested thing that happens in the markets. So just being cautious, and if you're involved in it, knowing this kind of pattern, and hopefully it will make a bit more money on the bottom line if you're trading this kind of thing. All right, guys, good trading. Take care. See you in the next one. Keep the risk managed. Bye-bye.